Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Writing the Future with Hansa Rostock. The season is over. We have finished our second season with Hansa Rostock. And as you can see here from the standings, we are going to be in the next league up of Germany. The second league of Germany. The second Bundesliga, because we got promoted. 24 wins, only one draw through 38 games. I find that to be astounding. We're kind of like an American team. We just do not want to draw. Ties are not our thing. 13 losses, 68 goals for. That was the most in the league. 48 against. I think that was not the most in the league, but it was not one of the better defensive records. But good thing we were scoring goals. 20 goal differential and 73 points. One more than Osnabrück. We didn't even know that was going to happen. It was a tight race at the end. We lost our star striker Lars Goop late in the season. He just got back from injury. We are on the second to last day of the season before we advance to the next season. He will be back at the start of next season, which is good news, but he was without our team for the past 2 weeks, for the last 2 weeks of games in this season, and we still managed to get by. Not only get by, but win our last game of the season 5-1 and go out on an absolute bang with momentum heading into the new season. So you can see there, just a phenomenal season in terms of results, with the most tied for the most wins in the third league of Germany. So as you can see there, Lars Goop had 16 goals. He was third in the league on 29 games, 9 less games than the other two. If I were a betting man, I would definitely bet that if he had those 9 games to make up and he played every game, or even if he played a few more games, he would have gotten to that 18 mark and won the Golden Boot. But we got the more important thing. We got promoted. Other players that we had in this area, Angel Bueno was the only one close that I know of. 10 goals in 32 games, a great season in his first season with the team. The new signing really made his mark, and especially in assists, he was tied for second in less games than the top two guys with 11. Angel Bueno was phenomenal. Lars Goop was phenomenal. Niels Weigel was phenomenal. In all-time stats, Lars Goop has 31 goals. He's by far had the most goals over the first 2 seasons. But Lars Goop and Niels Weigel are first and second in terms of assists for the Hansa Rostock over the 2 seasons, 2 of our strikers. So it's nice to see that we have strikers who are willing to share the ball. It seriously has been a huge difference to our attack. Clean sheets, we actually did have people who had clean sheets this year. We had 9 clean sheets. 5 for Carotene Tinderson, 4 for Blair Targaryen, none for Bjorn Thorn. Yellow cards, we led the league in that too. Alessandro Acampora had 6. Love to see that. We just love our yellow cards. I see a lot of Rostock ships in there. Only 3 red cards in the entire season. That's interesting. Alright, taking a look at where we are with the squad. Who did what? Statistically, it was another great season for the man himself, Lars Goop, missing the last 4 or 5 games of the season, something like that. 16 goals, 9 assists, second most assists on the team as a striker, and by far the most goals. He was our definite go-to goal-scoring option most of the season. Angel Bueno was just absolutely phenomenal overall all season with 10 goals and 11 assists. First season, he absolutely was the reason that we got promoted. He was the reason that we took a step up from the first season in terms of controlling the game, controlling possession, creating more chances. Because defensively, it was Alessandro Acampora, the absolutely immense signing. Talk about him later more. Conrad Rosenberger didn't have as great of a season as he did last year, but it was good. Onai Shikoko I thought was really good. I think the goals are going to start piling in for him at some point. I feel like he's just missing a lot of opportunities. Lev Maximov was a very nice spark plug mid-season. We signed him to the youth squad out of Uzbekistan, gave him a run in the team once, and he looked great, and he just got hot in the middle, second, third of the season, and carried it all the way to the end of the season. Had an amazing bar-down, weak foot goal at some point. He was a surprise spark that we essentially needed. And he definitely helped us get promoted. That was a big season for him. Falco von Boss was pretty average on the wing. Niels Weigel with 8 assists. He was just solid. I mean, it's hard to say anything bad about Niels Weigel. He does his job, and that's pretty much it for him. Ray Young, another youth squad player that made his debut this year from St. Kitts Nevis. He was a baller. Started off hot and then started to fade as his appearances came, but he came off as soon as he started and scored in the first game, so it was a nice start for him, but he did fade a little bit. Benoit was solid. Absolutely solid. A beast in the midfield. Very good defensively. 2 goals, 2 assists. Very consistent. Nothing bad to say about Beno. Boris Yokovich didn't have very much playing time, but was okay in the time that he did play. 2 goals, but not a lot to show. One of the goals was in the preseason tournament, which I don't even play. Mo Chakla was another new signing this year. I thought he started off okay. He got better as the season went on, but he never really impressed that much. He was good overall. 2 goals, 4 assists is pretty solid for his first season, especially where he was at overall to start. I think he was 58, 59, but 58. It's +3. You can see that right there. Ralph Bierbaum had himself a goal, had himself a really nice season at center back. We had a much improved defense this season. I think that's mostly on Alessandro Acampora, but definitely something to say for Ralph Bierbaum's efforts. He was absolutely immense. The big man in the back, Ralph. Carl Heisenberg made a very limited amount of appearances, but in his first game, I think his first appearance of the season, he had a banging volley off of a great cross, and he got himself a goal. And I think he's slowly working himself back into the rotation. He kind of fell out of it, but that goal and some really good performances, may save Carl Heisenberg at this club. We'll see. Amniaji was solid. His pace is dynamic, and he definitely makes a change. He adds a change of pace, literally and figuratively, when we just pop him in there and defenses don't know what to do with him. His passing and dribbling isn't the best, but his pace and his pace alone changes the game. So 1 goal, 3 assists. All right, season for Borislav Buchko was He was all right. Dirk Schmeller was Arne Rule didn't have that many appearances, but he did look good in the appearances that he had, so he might get more playing time next season. Bjorn Thorn didn't get any appearances, only 2. No clean sheets. He was okay, but he's still young, still only 54 overall. He probably isn't going to be an option at all next year, because I do plan on bringing in a better goalkeeper to either challenge Carotene Tinderson or take over as the number 1 at the start of next season. So Ali didn't have very many appearances, but I actually thought he looked a lot better than last year. So I believe his playing time will increase, although we did just find a left back in the scouting in our youth academy that I will have to show you in a little bit. Bango Fati was solid all season. Every appearance he made was quite the adventure. The man, the myth, the legend himself, the thick man, was pretty good. 2 clean sheets. I think he had some really good passing. Obviously, his pace lets him down. He gets played in behind a bit. What is his pace? What are we working with right now? The 67 sprint speed's not bad. The acceleration is not great. Agility's not great, but he's got just such good strength. I hope that goes up to 90. Eventually, he's 6'1", 220. The thick man. Nothing to complain about with Bango Fati, honestly. He does what he can, and he does it well. Bueno Kobalia, not a lot to say, because, didn't really play. Maybe we get him more PT next year. We'll see. The man from Georgia. And then we got some new faces. Patlako Shabalala. I just signed him into the first team. He was a youth squad player, so he'll get some chances next season to show us what he's got. He's got the name, that's for sure. I just want to have him score a banger and go Shabalala! I feel like that would be a good one. And then the 6th, look at this, 6'6". Center back and center mid, left back. I don't think he's ever going to play either of those. From the Solomon Islands, the Solomaniac, Masaki Ali. I like him. I like the way he looks. He's good physically, and he's tall. So that'll be a perfect center back for us if he grows. He's not the best overall, but he'll get some PT, especially if injuries come around. Mario Rum was a signing this year. He didn't really do much. We did give him some appearances. It was mostly substitute appearances, not getting many minutes at the end of games. So we might get rid of him at some point, but we might also just put him on loan. There's a number of players that I do plan on putting up for loan at the start of next season. He's probably one of them. Denzel Moon, very good season, I thought, yet again. I think he always plays well. He's consistently okay. He occasionally has his great moments, but he also... he doesn't really do anything horribly. He's got the pace to keep up with a lot of attackers, so that's always good. I love him. Alright, what else are we working with? Where were we? Denzel Ryofuji, new signing this year. He was solid. Didn't get any goals or assists, but I thought he was really solid at right back. Could improve, but I think Ferdinand Flugel is still the number one right back here. Kai Hammerschmidt was disappointing, considering he was our starting center midfielder last year. Not as many appearances, but he was all right when he played. He wasn't great. Belair Targaryen was underwhelming compared to last season, but overall he still was pretty solid. So nothing bad about him. Hans Glockner was solid, but really this was the man that made the difference this season. I think he's not the sole reason because we had Lars Goop and Angel Bueno balling out, helping us get goals, but like the amount of times Alessandro Acampora saved our ass at the back is immense. He is a presence back there, 6'4", 180. He's got pace, he's got strength, he's actually got a bit of passing ability. He's very, very good technically. Heads the ball away with power. He is just an awesome player that seriously helped us solidify our defense. If he doesn't get a huge overall, last season, at the end of last season, I actually edited their overalls and potentials based on how I thought they played. Not drastically, but a little bit. But I'm going to let dynamic potential in FIFA do its thing this time around, see what we get out of it. But I might bump him up regardless just because he was phenomenal. Ferdinand Flugel was very good this season. Um, he did have some struggles defensively, but his passing range and ability to attack was enough to balance that out. If he improves on the defensive side, he's definitely our best right back. And then finally, Carotene Tinderson, who actually had a very good season at goalkeeper. It's a lot to ask for to be the number one keeper in the third league when you're not very high overall, but he has improved, I would say, and he's made some pretty important saves for us. Um, so yeah, that is how we're looking statistically. I'll show you the players because we did have one more month of scouting that came in. This man, Olima Kabatana from Papua New Guinea, 5'9", 149 left back, with very good potential. He's 15 years old. Not a lot of pace, pretty agile, but he's got 4-star skills, high medium. I like the way he looks in terms of like him being maybe a future left back for us. Um, a more modern left back that likes to get forward, dribble a bit, and pass it around. So that is interesting. That'll be something to keep an eye on. Look at these potentials that have been developing, that have been like getting like the range has been tightening up, so you can actually see where they're at now. Tosin Ozkan is going to be 80 to 94, so at least 80. That's nice. Shuzo Kikuchi, his is going to be probably not as good as the others, so we're going to keep an eye on him and may or may not keep him around. Henry Rambuka, I feel like is going to be awesome. I really want him to be in the first, just in the team at some point. 4-star, medium high. I think he'd be a fantastic CDM because he's got great physicals and he's 6'1", be able to head the ball away well. He's kind of a beast. So we would have two beasts with Masaki Ali, the center back, physical presence, and Henry Rambuka. From Canada, we got Cody Ross, 5'7", which is a little bit of an issue, but he's a midfielder with good potential. So we might just give him a go, because why not? That's our Canadian boy. This is the man that I'm excited about. This is the man that everybody is talking about in Rostock, Germany right now. Honestly, in Germany, like he is one of the hottest names, the top prospects in all of Germany, all of young world football players. Runako Chimusasa, 15 years old, and he's already a 63 overall, 85 to 91 potential, an absolute anomaly of talent. He hits it with both feet, 5-star weak foot, 4-star skills, high medium work rate, very agile, great balance. He's got such good ball control. This man is going to be a beast whenever we get him in the first team. He could play for us right now. I can't wait to have him as an option. And finally, another 15-year-old, a striker, a little bit smaller, faster, good dribbler, Rohan Kumar from India. He looks alright. He'll probably end up getting a shot at some point, but I mean, this is the man, Runako Chimusasa. Watch out for him, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so we didn't meet every objective. One of them was a youth squad thing, but like we started off with all youth squad players that I liked and were like they fit our scheme and our style, and it worked, so we didn't have to worry about that. But at least we signed 2 players early on that met one of them because it's a high priority thing. Brand exposure, 10 games without defeat. We had 25. We're fine. Financially, finished the season with a transfer. That's never going to be an issue because we're only dealing with youth squad players. So financially, we'll be okay. Which we still have to make a $5 million profit from a youth player sale within 3 seasons. I do have some candidates for that, but we'll see. We'll see where we have a lot of players at one position, and then we'll make that decision at some point. But finished mid-table, yeah, right. We got promoted, baby. We took care of that, and then long-term fight for promotion. I mean, listen, we've done it. We've done it all. We're going up. So I'm sure we will keep our jobs. There's literally no way we don't. But anyways, you see where we are. End of June. I will see you in a second at the start of July and the new season. Alright, so here we are into the third season, I should say. We have got some players that I am wanting to loan. Like I said, I want to loan Mario Rum. I want to loan Bueno Kobalia, Boris Yokovich, Dirk Schmeller, yes, Belarus Targaryen, and Borislav Bushko. These are all players I do not think will be getting the playing time that they deserve. And I also want players like Kobalia and Rum to develop somewhere else. That being said, here's our short list of transfer targets. I have come down with less players because I want to bring in some youth squad players. I want to loan some people out. If they don't get loaned out, they'll stay. I'm trying to thin out the roster a bit because we have a very congested roster right now. So these are our options. I will sort them by position. You see these 2 goalkeepers at the top. Talk about them in a second, but we are definitely going to be signing these 3 free agents, and they will be signed when you see me next time, next video. So Rasmus Hollander, I will say that I have looked at all of these players' overalls and potentials, and that has sealed the deal on why I want them, past me just briefly scouting them based on their projected ratings that you see in the summary below their vitals. So Rasmus Hollander, left back, left-footed, well-rounded player, good work rate. He is 63 overall, 80 potential. So he would actually compete with Hans Glockner right away and probably end up being our future left back at this moment if we were to sign him, and we are going to. I love this guy's name. I don't really know how that comes to be, but from Togo we got the center defensive midfielder, 18 years old, Kojo Fado Basile. Love it. I love the name. I love this guy. He looks like a physical beast. He's got good skill moves for a CDM. Not the best work rate, but that doesn't matter. He's got 63 overall, 75 potential. So we will be signing him to compete with Benno Aji and Karl Heisenberg. Then we've got Dutch winger. Good skills, good work rate, very good pace. I saw that he does have good pace. 18-year-old Ramon Romeni. He has 62 overall with 78 potential, so he would be competing with Falco von Boss, who has been a very average winger for us for the first 2 seasons. That would be something that I would be worth looking into to get him. So these 3 players will be coming in, and then I will be getting one of these 2 goalkeepers. This is why Belarus Targaryen is on loan. Both of these guys would be possible first-team goalkeepers, as in, they would be the first team. This guy... Alright, I'll go over the overall potentials. Ilzat Karavayev, Russian goalkeeper, 6'4", 3-star weak foot, 19 years old. He is 67 overall with 81 potential. So we would be able to sign him, and he would be our first team goalkeeper right away, no question. Carotene Tinderson is in 63 or 64 right now to start this season. Carotene Tinderson also has 74 potential. So thinking for the future, this is an upgrade, and this is an upgrade. Jack Wynn from the U.S., United States national team player, 18 years old, and he is a 63 overall with 84 potential. So he's a year younger than Karavayev. Less overall for sure, but higher potential. And he's 6'6" compared to Karavayev's 6'4", and I think he also has, he has better weak foot, and he also has comes for crosses trait, which I love. So, I have a preference of these 2, where we're at and where we're going, but I want you to leave in the comments which keeper you want, the Russian or the American. So, let me know in the comments which one you want to see. You can comment Russia or US, and you can comment Karavayev or Win. Who do you want to be the player that we sign? Karavayev is a little bit better, but a little bit older and a little less potential. And Wynn is younger, better potential, but definitely less overall. He would be competing with Tinderson in comparison to Karavayev, who would step in as our number one right away. Alright, so it's time for end of the season awards. I do want to announce the winners of these awards by the first episode of the next season, so leave in the comments your votes for these awards. Just leave in the comments a bunch of stuff this episode. I want to see it all. I want to see the comments blow up. Leave in the comments your player of the season candidate vote. Just put POTS and then the last name of the player. So let's go over the three players. First up is Lars Goop, 16 goals, 9 assists, probably the favorite for this award. I would pick any of these three equally. So first up is Lars Goop. Next up is central midfielder, the new signing from last season, Angel Bueno, 10 goals, 11 assists, absolutely dominant, absolutely a game changer. And then finally, this is the one that I don't think you're going to say, oh, well, his stats weren't very good, or oh, he didn't really, he's not flashy. It's not a sexy pick. But center back, Alessandro Accampora from Italy, signed another new signing from last season. He was incredible. The amount of things that he did that weren't seen in the stat sheet. He did have 7 clean sheets, which was amazing, out of our 9 total clean sheets for the season. But he was an absolutely game-changing center back, and really made our defense that much better and helped us get promoted. So those are your three candidates. Just put in the comments, like POTS Goop, POTS Accampora, whatever. Now, for goal of the season, I'm going to play the 3 goals right now. You just, vote for whatever. I actually, you know what? Just making this decision now. For goal of the season and assist of the season, which I'm doing this year, I am going to have a link in the description to a vote. Just vote. And you know what? Just player of the season too. I'm going to leave links to all of these votes. So put in the there's a lot I need you guys to do. But put in the comments which goalkeeper you want me to sign, the Russian one or the US one. And then player of the season, goal of the season, and assist of the season are all going to be votes that I will leave links to in the comments. Goal of the season, these are your candidates. These are the 3 goals. Bueno, on to Goop. Goop will have a shot from distance, and he will finish! Lars Goop out of nowhere rips one into the bottom left corner from way outside the box. Chikoko, back to Bueno. Angel Bueno. Shaking defenders left and right. Angel Bueno! Oh my goodness! Shaking left, shaking right. Tight control from the Spaniard. And he makes it 4-1 Hansa Rostock. That is sensational. Not a lot on it, but it's in! Falco von Boss scores a free kick goal for Hansa Rostock. The first free kick goal of this series, but it was the precision, the placement from the German. Free kick goal, Falco von Boss, 1-0 Hansa Rostock, and we're already flying. Let's go. And what amazing goals those were. We had a lot of other candidates in there. If you have a favorite goal that you saw that you didn't see, mention it in the comments. We can go back and relive some moments when I announce the winner next episode. And then next up is assist of the season. I had 2 in mind. If you can think of another one that you saw during the season, let me know. I will definitely consider it. But assist of the season, I have 2 candidates. Here they are. If Onani Chikoko is onside, that is an unbelievable pass. Onani Chikoko is in! That is a fantastic goal from Hansa Rostock. Just an amazing, sensational pass. Crossfield to Onani Chikoko for the first goal of the game. What a ball! Oh, and Goop sees Bueno. Oh, Angel Bueno with the sauce to the pass to the Napoleon Omniaji, who hasn't scored in a while. That was just a ridiculous pass from Angel Bueno to the Napoleon. Once again, Goop does well. Finds a man. Oh, what a pass from Onani Chikoko. Flips it over everybody in defense who was crowding him. And Beno Aji finishes at the back post. Lovely goal from Hansa Rostock. Alright, so a lot of debating what I was going to do as I was saying it, but end of the day, player of the season candidates are Lars Goop, Angel Bueno, and Alessandro Acampora. That link will be link to that vote will be in the description. Goal of the season is the Angel Bueno goal, the Falco von Boss goal, and the Lars Goop banger from distance. Vote for that in the link below too, and there's going to be a link to assist of the season. Hit all of them, vote for all of them. Let me know what you think was the best that you saw. If you saw a better assist than the two that I'm going to put in the vote, let me know. But that's going to do it for this episode of Writing the Future with Hansa Rostock, reviewing Season 2, getting ready for Season 3. I feel like we're totally prepared. Actually, the last thing that I want you guys to do is to tell me where to send our youth scouts for the next season. I will do these scouting reports at the beginning of next episode for Zimbabwe, Papua New Guinea, and Japan, but those are the last ones from these three countries. Give me any country you want now. Now is your time to put in the comments which keeper you want me to sign, the Russian one, Karavayev, or Jack Wynn, the US one from Red Bull. But also leave in the comments countries, any country. Give me a country I've never heard of. I bet you can't even name one. But I want the most random countries. This is your team you're building. Partially me doing the playing, but you guys can make some big decisions for me, and this is one of them. Where do you want me to bring in these youth scouts and send them to? I'm probably also going to upgrade the youth scouts now that we have a little bit of money and we're up a division. So look forward to seeing me do that. But bottom line is, get interactive with this series. Writing the Future is all about making you guys feel like you are also a small part of it. I am going to be trying to implement many different ways to do that in the future, but for now, subscribe, hit the like button for this video, comment what I told you to comment, vote for those awards. A lot you can do to get involved with this. As always, this is Therios. You'll never walk alone, and peace out.